Hello, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. Who watches The Simpsons?
Well, Victor, first of all, congratulations on that victory. What are your initial thoughts after a pretty wild UFC debut?
Initial thoughts is I told y'all. I mean, a lot of media outlets counted me out, but, it's only because I feel, personally, a lot of people are UFC fans, not MMA fans. They don't watch MMA from around the world. They know what they see in the UFC, and I've been traveling around the world fighting a lot of tough guys, and I knew Howney was going to be real tough. No doubts about it. But initial thoughts, I told y'all I'm here to fight, and and I just proved it today.
Did you carry some sort of chip on your shoulder entering this fight with that mindset, saying like, I've been doing this for so long, you just didn't know who I was?
Nah, the only chip I got on my shoulder is I was born kind of ugly. I can't help that. But I realized that. My road is not going to be the same as everybody else's. I knew that I had to pretty much work twice as hard because I don't have a super sad story. All I have is hard work that I got from my dad. And I'm not very tall, not very fast, not very gifted. So what am I going to do? I got to work twice as hard. So.
Then obviously this fight was scheduled earlier this year, but then it had to be pushed back. Did that extra time, was it beneficial, or did you just really want to fight back then too?
Well, as far as being scheduled earlier this year, there was no validity to that. Somebody ran with a rumor. The only times it was supposed to happen was in late December, which I unfortunately tested positive for COVID. But I was asymptomatic. As soon as I got my negative test back from that, I went back to training, and then when I was offered this fight again, on this day, I said absolutely, let's go for it. Like I said, I'm not the youngest guy. I have a hard road to run. I'm not here just to take the easier fights. I wanted this fight. They were telling me that there was his visa is coming up. He might not be able to fight later on, and I was really upset the first time he got canceled because of course I wanted to fight him. It's not just I wanted to fight in the UFC. I wanted to fight him. So I could have said no. I'm maybe maybe I ate too much during the Christmas season. I can't get my weight down. But to me, that's taking the coward's way out. I wanted to fight him. He was he's arguably top 15, top 10. So I wanted to fight him. So I wanted to prove that to everybody.
We see your coach Josh here. We don't see a lot of catch wrestlers in the UFC these days. So are you also kind of flying the flag for that style of fighting in the biggest organization in the world?
Yeah, I mean, catch wrestling, I was hoping to catch a double wrist lock today. That way when they started calling it a Kimura, I was going to yell at them. But I'm glad that catch wrestling is making a comeback in mixed martial arts. You'll see a lot more submissions, and jiu-jitsu itself is picking up a lot of catch wrestling moves. People are getting more educated on the effectiveness and the efficacy of catch wrestling and sambo, and just opening up their eyes to not just Muay Thai, not just jiu-jitsu, not just wrestling. That's 10 years ago, man. Like, everybody's got to study everything and pull from everything.
You obviously said you're kind of later in your career. You don't have a lot of time to make a run to the title. So when do you want to get back in there?
Hey, as soon as I'm done crushing this pizza that I'm about to mess up, give me another call. I'll be in there.
Far right over here, Victor. Amazing win. When you have someone as experienced as Josh Barnett, the War Master, in your corner, it's got to help a lot. Can you tell me some of the things he told you going into such a big opportunity like this, fighting under the bright lights?
That's a double-edged sword. Yes, he does have a wealth of knowledge, but because of his wealth of knowledge, he expects more out of you. I've been with Josh now for the greater part of 10 years, so he knows what I'm capable of. He knows where I make these mistakes, and he knows where I pull myself out of position. He knows all that because, of course, as you said, he's a veteran. He's been here. He's been around the world. He knows. So I can't get away with stupid stuff. So it's all that much harder on me and easier for me at the same time. In between rounds, he's like, "Hey, stick him to the body. He's tired. He's getting tired." I had Howney rocked in the first round. I kind of ran out of time. Second round, I couldn't exactly pick up exactly where I left off, but the third round, I felt I cleaned it up, and I was hitting him in between because that's what Coach was calling for. Hit him in betweens. He's gonna open up. I kept kind of coming to him when he was obviously coming to me, and Howney is strong. He is a physically strong person. When I was grappling in there, it felt like I was wrestling a little gorilla.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
when I was able to shake him off and get in there, I saw all the shots that my coaches were talking about. So hit him in the body, hit him up top, bloody him up in the nose, and I don't have to go hit him hard. I just have to touch him.
Absolutely. It seems like 80% of the time or more when Josh is in the corner, his guys or girls win. So it's kind of interesting seeing him come down and made me, immediately say, this guy, Victor Henry, may have something just by seeing Josh Barnett in your corner. So that's got to be a good feeling to have someone like that. And your team just seems to come in with a lot of confidence here.
Yeah, I mean, it's either fight the guy and do well in the cage, or have to fight him in the back because you didn't do what you told him to do. I mean, what he told you to do.
Right.
So I made my decision. I fought Haoni instead. I don't want to fight my coach. That's tough.
Did you ever feel like you were in trouble?
A couple of times I pulled myself out of position because I swung high and I swung hard, so it kind of spun me around. Never really in not in a lot of trouble, but just out of position. And when you pull yourself out of position, you have the potential to get in trouble. But I felt like I recovered quick, got my hands back to a position where I needed them to be, and start and continue to fight correctly.
Absolutely. Amazing story. Maybe they won't make you a 4-1 dog in your next fight.
Hey, if they do, I'm okay with it. People keep betting on me, make some money, man.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Victor, I hear that you speak Spanish.
Un poco, but you gotta go slow.
Okay.
Because I need practice.
¿Cómo aprendiste español?
Mi pa es de DF y yo soy de Los Ángeles.
Es del DF.
Sí,
de
mi
México.
pa.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfecto.
es del Distrito Federal.
Sí.
And, y creció en Los Ángeles. So todos mis amigos son mexicanos. So slowly I learned Spanish throughout the years y sí me aprendió español.
Sí, pensamos que había 4 mexicanos o con raíces latinas. Tú eres el quinto el día de hoy. Háblanos un poquito, lo que puedas en español. ¿Cómo te sentiste? Fue una pelea durísima. Fue idas y vueltas entre los dos, muchos intercambios. ¿Cómo te sentiste a lo largo de los 15 minutos?
El cansado. Porque el Haoni está muy poderoso en sus manos y su strength. ¿Cómo se dice strength?
Fuerza.
Sí, su fuerza. Es por eso tengo que mover mucho y usar el jab mucho. Pero, ¿sabes qué? Es muy cansado, pero ellos están más cansados que yo.
¿Qué sigue para ti? What's next for you?
A comer pizza. Pizza ahorita y chilaquiles mañana.
Perfecto. Por último te pregunto, ayer cuando terminó el pesaje gritaste arriba las Chivas.
Sí.
¿Le vas a las Chivas?
Sí, yo voy a las Chivas, pero mi padre es de una.
De Pumas.
El Pumas, sí. Porque muchos de los fans no saben que soy medio mexicano porque mi piel está muy... Pues así. So, por eso me gritó, arriba las Chivas. ¿Está mexicano? Ah, ok.
¿Y por qué no el América?
Porque el Cuauhtémoc.
Gracias.
Víctor, una última pregunta en español. ¿Qué has aprendido con el coach Barnett? Que ya lo mencionaste en inglés, pero ahora en español, ¿qué es lo máximo que has aprendido con alguien con experiencia en tu esquina?
Pues el Josh sabe mucho de los peleas por sus años peleando. Y el Josh sí sabe mucho de mi estilo de pelea. So no puedo, ¿cómo se dice? I can't make a lot of errors. Los errores, no puedo hacer eso. Tengo que pelear bueno all the time. Porque el Josh sí sabe. You're fighting like crap. Don't fight like that. Okay, sí. Gracias.
Just one question. I know that you've had experience fighting overseas and you got to feel this crowd out here. Where's your favorite place to fight, and where would you rate this crowd out here to what you've experienced?
Well, this crowd is great. Everywhere you go, it's a different feeling. And, there's no necessarily best. There's always great for what it is. The American crowds, they make you feel so like the place is about to erupt. And of course there's a lot of Mexican fans here because of all the Mexican fighters. And you have your champ going up tonight, Brandon Moreno, he's brought in the Mexican community like nobody has. I think even more so than Cain Velasquez, So it's awesome to fight in front of a hometown, and people now know that, of course, hey, Victor's half Mexican, we're going to go for him too. Fighting in Japan, they make you feel so welcome no matter what happens. Fighting in Russia, well, it's fighting in Russia. It's cold. Everybody kind of, they're looking at you because it's just a different crowd out there, but you can feel the intensity. So, being a traveling martial artist, you feel different things from different crowds and different people and how they react and everything. And it's an honor to fight in front of American crowds. It's an honor to fight in front of all crowds. It's great to feel what different people make you feel, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, guys.